Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're having a fantastic day so far. I hope wherever you are in the world, today has been treating you well. In today's video, as you can see from the title down below, I'm going to be doing another eyeshadow palette bingo, and today it is the Cosmic Beauty Lovers palette. I have a full video swatching this and giving my first impression. I love her. I'm so excited to be doing a bingo, and of course this is in collaboration with the lovely Cole, and I just wanted to start this video by saying a huge thank you if you have seen my channel before and you've seen these collab videos that we do and you have gone over and you have subscribed to Cole's videos as well. I just want to say a huge thank you. We finally got her to 1,000 subscribers. I am so thrilled for her. It was a team effort. I am taking credit for it as well, but I'm just so proud of her for getting to that milestone. It's huge. It's such a massive amount of work to build a channel, and I'm so proud of her. I love her to absolute bits. And we are collabing again today, so if you want to see my version of this, then just keep on watching, and then I will leave her channel down below so you can go and see what shades she gets completely randomised and what look she creates with those as well. Now, the last time we did this, when we did this with the Beauty Bay Daydreamer palette, we both got awful colour choices and both of our looks were just absolutely wild. So wild in a bad way, like we both like wild in a good way. We both didn't enjoy the looks that we came out with, so hopefully this time will be a little bit more positive. Hopefully this time we both get great looks and we both love the way that this turns out. But I'm going to completely randomise all of the shades in this palette and come up with a completely random look. So as always, I have my telephone here and I have got all of the shade names in the Tiny Decisions app, like so. That screen is filthy. Let's give that a little wipe on my leg. So let's pick choice number 1, which is Devoted. Okay, so Devoted is the lightest matte green in the palette, like a mint green. Very pretty. I can't actually remember. I was deciding between this one and the pastel blue for an inner corner in my first impression, and I can't remember which one I used, but like, come on. That is obviously the shade that I am going to use as my like matte inner corner highlight. So shade number 2. Oh, Self-Love. Okay, another great option. This is like my perfect, it's there on my middle finger, can you see? My perfect sort of transition bronzery shade. I was hoping that I would get this one just because I love this one through the crease. It's the perfect shade for through the crease, and I've used that one so much already. It's just the perfect shade for that for me. So shade number 3, I can't remember if I said, but I'm going to be picking 5 today. We have got Choices, which is the dark purple shimmer. Not one that I would usually pick on an everyday, but very pretty. And the reflect on that goes quite like bright and pink. Very pretty. So 2 more to go. Choice number 4 is Trust, which is the darkest khaki matte green. We like her as well. There we go. So that one is Trust. I'm liking how this is looking so far. I'd like perhaps a brighter shimmer, but like I'm open to any of the shimmers really, as long I feel like I do need another shimmer there. So let's see what we're going to get for our last shade. Values. Okay, the matte baby blue. What am I going to do with this colour story? Okay, so this is the colour story that we are working with. I like it. I like those like pastel-y tones. I really, really love them. They're very, very pigmented. But what am I going to do? It's this shimmer that's throwing me off. Like, how do I incorporate that? Let me zoom you in and I can have a think. So I do already have my Beauty Bay eye primer, of course, all across my eyelid, and honestly, I don't know what I want to do. I know that this shade will go through the crease. Then I'm thinking maybe the two pastels across the lid, the dark green as a smoky wing, and then the purple like smoked out under the eye. I feel like this dark shimmer is really throwing me off. Like, I don't know where to use that. Without that, I would be able to come up with a look, I feel like. But that's really, really throwing me off. So let me... I haven't cleaned any of my brushes. Don't judge me. So I'm just going to start with a fluffy brush and I'm going to go into Self-Love, that transition tone that I've been loving. And I've already got my Beauty Bay eye base on. Did I already say that? I can't remember. I am Delulu. It's been a crazy week. I will be able to tell you about that in time. Now is not the time. You will find out eventually why I've had a whole week. But I'm just going to wiggle this all the way through the crease. You can see that it is just, I mean, that easy. I feel like I'm done there. I'm happy. I feel like my options are limited. There's no creative juices currently. I'm just gonna take more of a pencil brush, wiping it off on the old pyjama bottoms, and let's go in with Devoted on the inner half and Values on the outer half, and really pack that on with more of a pencil brush. So this is just Devoted on the inner half, and you can see how incredibly bright and pigmented that is. I'm just going to wiggle over the top edge with that first brush. No more colour, but I just want to make sure that that's blended. Just wipe that brush off again on my pyjama bottoms and go into Values, the blue, and put that on the outer half of the lid. You know, one thing that hasn't ever happened when me and Cole have been doing these collab bingos, I don't think we have ever had exactly the same shades, which obviously is like incredibly unlikely because we're picking at random, completely at random, all of the shades that we're using. But I would love to see what look Cole would do with the shades that I pick, because sometimes I think, you know, she gets shades, her colour selection, and I'd be thrilled with that, and she's not liking it. She just doesn't feel the creative juices with it, and like she feels like that with hers and I feel like that with mine. Like, we could swap. But that is that matte blue on the outer corner, and obviously they're so close in tone that like they don't even need blending. That could just be one shade across the lid, could it not? So I'm just going to take a little bit more of that Self-Love shade and buff over the top edge. Try to just warm that up a bit. Obviously they're pastel, cool toned colours on the lid there, but I do like the contrast between the warmth of the crease and then the cool toned pastel of the lid. I do feel like that can be quite fun. And I will add more of that mint shade right onto the inner corner once I've done all of my concealer and everything else. So let me I'm going to use a flat long liner brush, and I'm going to go into Trust, the dark khaki green, and I am going to stamp this along the lash line and do some sort of a smoky wing thing-ish. And I need to concentrate on this. Okay, so that's not my finest work. They're not the same, but they will absolutely do. So I'm going to go ahead, clean this up, do the rest of my face, and then we can put that shimmery purple under the eye, pack on more of that green right on the inner corner, and I need to let my cat in because obviously I've started talking and she's decided that she wants to be my friend again. So I'm going to go ahead and do all that and I will be right back. There we go. So that is the rest of the face done. I will leave everything linked down below that I'm wearing, but it is the Made by Mitchell Build foundation, the Sleek in Your Tone concealer, Made by Mitchell Shady Buisness bronzer. The blush is also Made by Mitchell in Bella Blossom. Highlight is Revolution powder highlight in Diamond Glow, the one that's Beam Bright, that's what it's called, the Beam Bright one, the circular one. The lip is Cushion Talk, the Essence pencil, and just a bit of Plouise Lip Oil, and you're all caught up there. So I'm going to take a flat sort of brush and I'm going to take the purple shimmery shade ever so lightly on the side of that, and I'm going to run that under the eyes. I don't know how this is going to look. I don't usually like shimmer under the eyes, but honestly I didn't know where else to put this shade, so we're gonna make it work under there. I don't love that. Like, I just don't feel like it goes. It's fine. I prefer it with nothing under the eye though, really. Like, those pastel colours on the lid is just so pretty, and then that under the eye feels a bit unnecessary. Like, it just feels a bit heavy. I don't know. So I have just sort of tapped that over the outer corner, sort of softened in that wing a little bit with it. I don't feel like I needed that shade. That shade hasn't necessarily added anything. I'm not furious at it, but I also think I preferred the look before I added that. So I'm just going to take that same pencil brush that I was using for those pastels, and I'm going to add a little bit more of Devoted, that matte green, right onto the inner corner. Now that, you know, all of my concealer and everything is on, I can add that colour right in there. Oh, I just love a colourful pastel matte inner corner. There's just something about it. It just does something. I feel like that looks better now with that inner corner. I mean, who's surprised? Of course I prefer it now. So I'm going to add a little bit of mascara. I will use the Essence Call Me Queen. Just add a little bit of this and then we're done. There we go. So I feel like when you add mascara, like, it really does just finish a look, you know, because I wasn't really loving how I was looking, but now I'm not mad. Like, I don't love that purple shimmer. What's going on with my hair? I don't love that purple shimmer under the eyes, but also it's there. It's living its life. So that is my finished look for the eyeshadow palette bingo, the first eyeshadow palette bingo. I may well do another one. And this was my colour story. I'm neutral about this look, truly. Like, it's fine. I'm happy that we've got a bright pastel inner corner. Maybe I could have done something a little bit more creative, but I'm not mad at how that looks. Overall, I'm happy with it. It's fine. It's not my favourite, but it is fine. So that is the finished look. I would love to hear what you think. What would you have done with this colour story? I feel like this is quite limiting, but this is the look that I have come up with. I will, of course, leave Cola's channel down below so that you can go and see what she has done, doing an eyeshadow palette bingo. At the same time, I'm so excited to see what look she is going to come up with and the creative juices that she manages to pour into it, because her talent is just off the scale. I'm so excited to see what she's going to come up with this palette, because there's so many options, there's so many colour stories that you could do, so many different ways that the bingo gods could play their cards. that let's just wait and see what she gets as well. She'll be posting her video at the same time as this, so hers will be up at the same time as mine. I would love to hear what you think. I will be over in her comment section as well. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye!